Hey, Dan here, and in this video you're going to learn something that every ENFP should be doing this month to prepare for an amazing 2019. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due to Meg, one of my free freelancer members, for inspiring this video with something she shared on our last call. And what we're going to do today is look at an exercise that you can do now, maybe takes 20 minutes, half an hour, and it will set you up to have a much better 2019. And what it is to take some time and essentially go through an inventory of what you spent time on during this last year, where you invested your time, maybe your money, your resources, your energy, and what actually got you results, what things worked out. You know, as ENFPs, we love to look to the future. We love creating new things and being forward oriented. And generally on this channel, I will encourage you to do that. But there's also some benefit to looking back and being strategic every so often and saying, okay, so last year I said I was going to do A, B, and C. I was going to try something different, and I was going to become really organized and really, systemized in how I operate, let's say. And if you look back on the year and that didn't really work out, maybe that's a good thing to take note of. Maybe it's worth noticing that pattern, realizing, hey, I tried this, I invested a lot of time and energy, and nothing really changed. And so moving forward, you don't try to repeat the same thing. Personally, if I look at some of my goals list, looking forward on the years, I've had some of the same things on my list for years. And, the example I actually used on our call where Meg brought this up was yoga. I've had do yoga, become more flexible on my to-do list for probably 10 years. And I've maybe been to 24 yoga classes in all that time. So how stupid am I being by continuing to waste mental energy thinking, I should be doing yoga, maybe feeling a bit guilty about it, and wasting energy I could be putting somewhere else thinking about this thing that clearly I'm never going to do. So what could I do differently? Well, there's really two options. Is I can either decide, hey, clearly yoga should not be on my list. It doesn't happen. Nothing's changed. So why am I continuing to try to take this on? Or option two, if I decide, yoga is really important and it is something I really want to be doing, then I need to reevaluate how I've been approaching it and maybe come up with some massive plan that will make it happen. Some big public commitment, or invest a bunch of money into something, or do something different than I have for all the years in the past where clearly nothing has been working out for it. But if I just write down again, all right, 2019, I'd like to do more yoga. Why would I ever think that would happen when it hasn't worked last year and it hasn't worked the year before? So here's what I'd like you to do. Take a few minutes today and just go over what you wanted to do this year. What were your plans? How did you invest your time? Now, if you've been planning, if last year you wrote down what you wanted to do in 2018, amazing. If you keep some kind of a journal where you prioritize your goals for the week, things like that, awesome. Go back to those, go through them and look at what has really worked for you and what hasn't. And within those, even take an inventory of how long you spent. Like maybe something did work out. Your goal was to lose 10 pounds and you did lose 10 pounds. But just take an assessment, like how many hours did that take roughly, or how much money did you invest? And pay attention to those things, because in the next week or so, I'm going to do a few other videos and we're going to look at other things you can be doing to prepare for the upcoming year and to make it one of, if not the best year ever for you. And part of that all working really well is laying this foundation now of looking back and looking at what has worked for you and what hasn't worked for you, so you can stop repeating maybe some of the same mistakes and zero in on the things that work really well. So this may sound like the exercise is meant to be negative, like this didn't work and this didn't work. There's a bit of that in it, but another part of it is really highlighting what did work. Like, hey, I spent 5 hours here and it really paid off for me. Or this one project I did had huge rewards, so why don't I do 3 projects like that next year? And so yes, you are looking at the things that didn't work, that were maybe a bit of a waste of time or energy, and not repeating those, but you also want to look at the things that worked really well, and so you can do more of those in 2019. And here's the good news is probably the things that worked really well for you are things that you enjoyed and things that you probably want an excuse to do more of. So think of this exercise as a chance to basically do more of the things you love doing and stop feeling guilty for not doing the things that just don't seem to work out for you, and really giving yourself that permission to focus on your strengths and focus what you love doing in the coming year. I hope you found this video helpful. If you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. As I said, I'll have another video coming up in a couple of days on Sunday, and one more after that, all based around helping make 2019 the best year ever for you. So stay tuned for those videos. Catch you in them soon. Ciao.